This is Duke University.
I hope when you're here, you will make a little pedestrian tour and be amazed by all the buildings you don't remember. You know that Duke, actually for about 25 years, Duke has actually truly not had enough residential space to house its student body. We hope someday to build a seriously large extension of the residential campus of this university. All I need is about $150 million, and if you would like to write a subsidiary check, I will name it for you. But in the meantime, what I'd like you to notice is, if you go by the old central campus, you'll say, oh, I don't remember it having a recreation center. I don't remember it having a grocery store. I don't remember it having a restaurant, because it didn't used to. It used to have no amenities, as if actually the university hadn't intended for anyone to live there. But now we have just added those. Walk behind the building just across the quad from here, and in the place known to some of you as the Ocean parking lot, Duke built a magnificent quadrangle of residential housing called Cohan Quad. Just this past January, we opened the newest building in it. Someone who works in New York real estate told me in New York, he told me what you could rent this space for in New York, okay? Go have a look. We know that the most fundamental need students have is to have the place to live so that they can interact with each other in the exciting ways that they do. And so we've been in the process of trying to speak to this need and build the spaces that are needed. If you weren't back here at your last reunion, you probably haven't been to the Nasher Museum, because the Nasher Museum only opened 6 years ago. But if you go there now, this is a great American museum. The meeting of the Association of American Museum Directors was held in Durham at the Nasher last year. Go see the Calder exhibit. People come from all over the Southeast to see things at the Nasher. We didn't used to have anything like that to offer the public or to offer our students. The Bostock Library already got one shout out, but if you haven't been over there, walk past the library you know, and suddenly you'll say, but what is this medieval building that I don't remember ever having seen before? It's the cunning extension on the outside of the Bostock Library, but when you go in it, you realize that Duke was able to leap over several decades in the evolution of information technology. We have one of the most modern American libraries in terms of the use of technology and digital resources, housed within that beautiful ancient facade that takes place there. And if you haven't seen this, I do urge you, go downtown in Durham sometime. You may say, the whole time I was at Duke, I never did go downtown. And I would tell you, when I first came to Duke, I didn't much either, because there was not much downtown. But actually, this is one of the most interesting changes in the history of this university. In recent years, all of a sudden, the very space people most want, both for residence and for commercial purposes, are old warehouses with big open spaces in them. You saw it happen in Soho in New York, and now it turns out that the abandoned commercial spaces of downtown Durham turn out to be the most desirable properties in North Carolina. They have been rehabbed in a moving wave. All kinds of employers have brought their business to downtown Durham. Duke University now has 2,000 employees in working in downtown Durham. With all those people, naturally restaurants have leapt up. This has become a nationally recognized food center, cafes, music venues. A theater was built in downtown. I scratched my head and said, how do you expect to fill that place? It's huge. This is called the Durham Performing Arts Center. This has been so successful that last year it had the second highest ticket sales for any theater of comparable size in the entire United States. So Durham now is located somewhere, a place with a thriving place of business, of enterprise, of commerce, of culture, of all of those things. And all this has happened really in the last couple of years.
Produced by Duke University. Online at duke.edu.